Imagine this, you're stuck in brutal Lagos traffic, AC blasting, luxury car, phone in hand, and right there, selling pure water under the scorching sun, is your own father. Pause for a second. Oberiri stood at the window of his air-conditioned Range Rover, stuck in Lagos traffic under the afternoon sun. His driver had taken a shortcut through Oshodi, trying to beat the gridlock on the expressway. The heat outside pressed against the tinted glass like something alive. Hawkers moved between the cars, selling everything from phone chargers to roasted plantain. Then, he saw him. An old man bent low under the weight of a basin filled with plastic sachets of water. His shirt hung loose on his thin frame, stained dark with sweat. He shuffled between cars with careful steps, calling out in a hoarse voice, "Pure water, cold, pure water." Oberiri's hand stopped halfway to his phone. The old man turned slightly, wiping his forehead. Oberiri saw his face clearly now, the sunken cheeks, the gray beard, the familiar slope of his shoulders. It was Dano. His father. His throat closed. He couldn't breathe. His father didn't look up. Didn't see the Range Rover. Didn't see the sun inside it. Dano just moved to the next car, lifting the heavy basin higher, arms trembling. "Sir, are you all right?" his driver asked, glancing in the rearview mirror. Oberiri couldn't answer. He watched his father sell 2 sachets to a woman in a taxi, watched him count crumpled Naira notes with shaking fingers, watched him smile weakly before turning back into the sun. The traffic began to move. "Stop the car." "Sir?" "I said stop the car." The driver braked hard. Horns blared. Oberiri pushed open the door and stepped into the heat. His Italian leather shoes hit the dusty road. People stared. A man in an expensive suit climbing out of a luxury SUV in the middle of Oshodi traffic. Dano was 3 cars ahead now, moving away. "Papa." The old man didn't hear market noise, buses, generators swallowed the word. Oberiri walked faster, pushing past a woman carrying oranges. "Papa." "Dano." The old man stopped. Turned slowly, squinting against the sun. When he saw Oberiri, his face went blank. The basin slipped from his hands and hit the ground. Water sachets scattered across the road. They stood facing each other in the middle of the street. "Worry." Dano's voice was barely a whisper. Oberiri wanted to run to him, pick up the basin, ask why, how, when, but his legs wouldn't move. He just stared at the father he hadn't seen in 12 years. "What are you doing here?" Oberiri finally managed. Dano bent down slowly, gathering the scattered sachets. His hands shook worse now. "I'm working," he said quietly. "Same as everyone else." "Working?" Oberiri's voice rose. "You're 80 years old." 82, Dano corrected, not looking up. A bus honked. Someone shouted to move. Traffic was building again. Oberiri crouched down, helping his father pick up the sachets. Some had burst. Water made dark patches in the dust. "Where are you living?" Dano put the sachets back in the basin. "That doesn't matter." "It matters to me." Dano looked at him, then eyes still sharp despite his age. 12 years, worry. 12 years. And now you ask where I live. The words hit like a slap. Oberiri stood up, holding half the sachets. "I sent money. Every month I sent money to the account." "What account?" "The bank account. The one I opened for you when I left for America." Dano shook his head slowly. "I never got any money." Oberiri felt the ground tilt. "That's impossible. I've been sending 200,000 Naira every month for 10 years. "Then someone else has been collecting it," Dano said. "Because I've been selling pure water for 3 years just to eat." A crowd was forming. People always gathered when there was drama. A young man with a phone was filming. Oberiri didn't care. Who else had access to the account? Dano picked up his basin, the effort made him grunt with pain. "Your brother." "Kwesi." He said he would help me with the bank things since I can't read well. Kwesi? Oberiri's younger brother. Come with me, Oberiri said, reaching for the basin. Dano pulled back. I have to work. You're not working anymore. Not like this. Oberiri grabbed the basin despite his father's protest. The weight surprised him. How did an old man carry this all day? Let me go, Wari. Dano's voice hardened. You left. You built your life. You don't get to come back now and play the good son. I'm not playing anything. You're my father. Then where were you? Dano's voice broke. Where were you when your mother died? Where were you when the house started falling apart? Where were you when I got sick and spent 2 weeks in a government hospital with no one to visit me? Each question was a knife. Oberiri had no answers that would satisfy. He'd been in America building his business, making his first $1,000,000, then his first $1,000,000,000. He'd sent money. He'd thought that was enough. I'm here now, Oberiri said. 12 years too late. The crowd murmured. Someone said, that's his son, the one with the car. Another added, rich people don't care about their parents. Shame burned through Oberiri. But he held onto the basin. Please, Papa, let me take you somewhere. Let me buy you lunch. Let us talk. Dano looked at him for a long moment. Then at the basin, then at the sun overhead. Finally, he nodded just once. Oberiri helped his father into the Range Rover. The leather seat seemed to swallow the old man's thin frame. Dano sat stiffly, hands folded in his lap, not touching anything. Where to, sir? The driver asked. Find a restaurant. Something good. Oberiri paused. No, find a clinic first. A good private clinic. I don't need a clinic, Dano said. When was the last time you saw a doctor? Dano didn't answer. They drove in silence through Lagos streets. The traffic had eased slightly. Through the window, Oberiri watched the city he'd left behind. Nothing had changed. Everything had changed. The same chaos. The same struggle. But now he was on the other side of the glass. Story continues on Storyversa. Hit subscribe if you want the full emotional journey, because what happens next with Kwesi changes everything. How is Kwesi? Oberiri asked. You don't know. We don't talk much. Dano made a sound that might have been a laugh. Brothers who don't talk. A son who doesn't call. What family is this? I called. In the beginning, I called every week. No one answered. The phone broke, Dano said. Kwesi said he would fix it. He never did? And the money I sent? Dano stared out the window. Kwesi brought me small amounts, sometimes 5,000 here, 10,000 there. He said that was all you sent. He said you were struggling in America. That your business was failing. Oberiri's jaw clenched. 200,000 naira every month for 10 years. Over 20 million naira. And Kwesi had been giving their father scraps while keeping the rest. Where is Kwesi now? He has a house in Lekki. Big house. He says he's a businessman now. Lekki, one of the most expensive areas in Lagos, built on stolen money from his own father. If family betrayal hits hard for you, stay with Storyversa. This story gets even more intense. They pulled into a private medical clinic in Victoria Island. White building. Clean. Air conditioning humming softly. A nurse greeted them. Ma'am, my father needs a full checkup, Oberiri said. Dano started to protest, but Oberiri placed a hand on his shoulder. Please, Papa. The examination took an hour. Blood drawn. Pressure measured. Heart listened to. Weight recorded. Oberiri waited in reception, mind spinning. 12 years. How had 12 years passed so quickly? The doctor emerged. Your father is severely malnourished. Blood pressure dangerously high. Anemic. Early signs of kidney problems likely from dehydration and poor diet. Oberiri felt sick. Will he be okay? With proper care, medication, and nutrition, yes. But he needs to stop strenuous activity immediately. His body is under extreme stress. He won't be working anymore, Oberiri said firmly. The doctor handed him a prescription. Medications daily. Regular, nutritious meals. His body is running on nothing. When Dano came out, he looked tired. The nurse gave him water and crackers. He drank slowly, like someone who'd forgotten how to trust his own thirst. Let's get food, Oberiri said. They went to a quiet restaurant. Good jollof rice. Grilled fish. Nothing too fancy. Oberiri knew his father would be uncomfortable otherwise. Dano ate slowly, carefully, like the food might disappear. Tell me what happened, Oberiri said gently. After I left. Tell me everything. Dano chewed for a long time. Your mother got sick 2 years after you left. Cancer. We didn't know until too late. Oberiri's stomach dropped. I didn't know. I called many times. You never answered. I changed my number when I moved to California. I sent the new one in a letter. We never got a letter. Another piece falling into place. Had Kwesi intercepted that too? Your mother died 3 months after the diagnosis, Dano continued, voice flat now. Hospital bills took everything. The house. The workshop. All my tools. I sold it all. Kwesi helped, or I thought he helped. He said he would manage the money. Make sure it lasted. But he didn't. I lived with him for a year in his boys' quarters. Then one day he said I needed to start contributing, that he couldn't support me forever. Dano's hand trembled as he reached for water. I tried to find work. But who hires an old man? So I started selling pure water. A woman at the market loaned me money to start. I pay her back a little each day. Oberiri couldn't speak. Kwesi told me you never called, Dano said. That you'd forgotten us. Built a new life. Didn't want your old family embarrassing you. That's a lie, Oberiri said, voice rough. I called. I wrote. I sent money every month. I thought you were okay. Dano really looked at him. You really didn't know. I swear on Mama's grave. I didn't know. For the first time, something softened in his father's face, not forgiveness yet, but the beginning of understanding. And that's just the beginning. If this story of regret, betrayal, and second chances is hitting you, smash that like button, subscribe to Story Versa, and drop in the comments, have you ever realized, maybe too late, that you measured success all wrong? Share your story below. Let's learn from each other. Full story continues on Story Versa, don't miss how it ends.